How do you know when you're succeeding at teaching?
When the questions are
Fail for you.
if I'm receiving questions or I'm seeing results that show someone is thinking about what was talked about or said or taught.
Mm-hmm.
The same way when you say to me, if art creation is successful, there is an emotional response. Positive, negative, doesn't matter. There's a response.
Mm-hmm.
It can be negative. They can hate it or they can love it, but at least there is a response. The worst is, I don't care about this.
Yeah.
Like gray paint.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, you made something, all this work, and I don't care about it. For creation. For teaching is, you've done all this work, you've talked about all this stuff, and I don't care about it. You've missed why I'm trying to learn it. And so if there is someone taking that information and asking questions that are furthering the information exchange, then that's successful.
Yeah.
If there's someone who doesn't get it and admits they don't understand and then is willing to work to understand, then that's successful also.
Because you created an atmosphere where someone feels safety
to ask, and
Yeah.
and I don't have the ego to get in the way of like, well, you should have just understood what I told you. It's
Right.
like, oh, let me meet you let me figure this out with you. And then, or seeing someone get it and then run with it and do something with it, which was the goal in the first place. They wanted to learn something to create themselves or to share something of themselves or to deepen their own understanding or get some, most people learn something because they need to accomplish something. Sometimes people learn things just to learn things. And even that is the process of accomplishing learning.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get some kind of goal. And if the goal is to paint a picture or to make animation or to create something with your body, dance or martial arts or whatever, then if they understand it and re-express it in a way that shows that they actually did learn and hear you, then that's successful too. But it's not the success.
Yeah.
I would much rather have someone say, I don't know what you're talking about, but let's work together to figure it out, why I missed the mark or why I didn't get you what you needed, and touch success that way.
Yeah.
Versus thinking, well, I presented and then gray.
It's in your inadequacy or your
or thinking I did a good job and it's just gray. Like nothing comes of it.
Yeah.
Nothing comes of the teaching. No, nothing was changed, me included. That is failure.
To have an impact on the audience, for them to be changed. I guess I think of experience as my teacher.
Yeah.
And so you're creating experiences that can transform people's.
And myself. Because I want to get insight into, was my thinking able to communicate with someone else? Was my idea shareable? And then was it something that continued to build, or did it just kind of fizzle out or create a negative reaction like, oh, this is awful? And then I think, well, great. Then I still have something to think about. But the gray is the worst. The no response.
Yeah.
The empty.
Yeah. The couple answers I heard there is one is just create a safe space so that people can ask questions that help their learning.
Yes.
That may take bravery.
Yes.
Because
it does.
In their mind somewhere, it's like, he already explained this. Everybody else in this room knows this.
Yeah.
But then to say, I've got this question. And invariably, a percentage of that class is going to want to know the answer to that.
And that's kind of universally, people say that all the time, but I don't see a lot of reinforcement of the importance of that. Everyone says, yes, it's important to ask questions. Maybe someone doesn't get it, but there's no celebration of that.
Yeah.
There's celebration of passing a test. There's not celebration of the people that braved up and asked the question that let everyone pass the test.
Right.
And that is always in my mind.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to what success is, a trophy versus success and failure as the process of connecting with this, me asking a question. I'm learning from you. I'm asking a question. That's success.
Yeah.
I braved up, or I was confident and safe enough to ask the question and hope that I can get the answer because I still haven't figured it out.
And you want to.
And I want to. I'm there to learn.
It's ahas.
Yes.
Success is aha.
Yeah. And that moment is part of the I failed to learn it. I'm asking. Success is, hey, you answered again.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. They're asking and I'm re-explaining, or I'm trying to meet them where they are. And so now we've had the exchange. Now it's circular. It feeds back and it connects and it grows.
Yeah.
Instead of just earth that won't grow anything, dead dirt, soil that is not
fertile.
Unfertile soil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the second thing I heard was lack of emotional response. You said gray a couple times. And I had this thought, good or bad.
Yes.
And with art, and maybe with everything, there's some absolute value that I want to feel something.
Yes.
It can go in what you think is up or down,
right.
Sadness, happiness, anger. Right. But I want to feel something.
Yes.
Make me feel something.
Yeah.
And I had an experience with a painting. You said gray paint.
Yes.
I was at a museum in Houston, and there was white canvas with white frame on the wall of, I forget the museum. And I thought, what is this? This is nonsense.
Yep.
And I've talked about that painting more than I've probably talked about any other painting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from an absolute value perspective, it affected me.
Mega impact, right?
Mega impact.
The banana taped to the wall thing, people are like, well, that's not art. And I was in that trap when I was in high school. The trap of self-expectation and punishment. I wouldn't trust the process of just allowing myself to create. I had to no, it has to be this thing. Mm-hmm. I need it to be this thing, and if it's not, it's a failure for myself, or it has to be commercial. I have to be able to make. I want to become an artist. It has to be what commercial art is, and I'd get in discussions / arguments with other classmates, and this is high school art, so advanced class. We're supposed to have these discussions, but I was so certain of it, and now I would just look back at myself and go, no, that was completely coming from the wrong place. Mm-hmm. It was coming from fear. Yeah. And I was afraid because it was I was afraid that I would be a failure. I was afraid to waste material because we were poor. I was afraid to make something that seemed like a waste of time to other people because then, it was just fear driving this idea of success, of what was supposed to be. And now, having kids and having understanding that that's not the point. Yeah. Creating should be self-expression. It should be safe. It should be, who cares if it's a waste of time? It's not a waste of time, right? Those are perceptions and fear and societal pressures and random things that people that still have that fear say to other people that are doing that thing that they're afraid that they didn't do. Yeah. They didn't. I was never an artist. Don't what a wait, right? They push that fear onto others because they're still scared. Yeah. Of going through the failure time or it's from a place of scared fear. Oh, don't do that. You're not going to make a living. You won't be able to support it. Yeah. You won't be able to whatever that yourself. Is. And it's right, but there's a time and place for that, but not, it's so rare that it's needed. Mm-hmm. It's self-correcting. Yeah. You don't need to pass that on. You should, when you have that response, figure out why that's still in you and figure out how to burn it out. Immediately sign up for our class or go do something that you're completely afraid of that you shouldn't still carry around from something someone said to you when you were 6. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.